Happy Veterans Day, Philadelphia, and welcome to the Philadelphia Veterans Parade virtual. My name is Cathy Santos. I'm the founder and the board chair of the National Alliance of Women Veterans. We were founded in 2003 as the first nationally recognized nonprofit to address military sexual trauma. Following a Congressional 15-6 investigation, the vision was to create a platform for all women to have a voice at the table, and certainly the National Women Lives of Women Veterans is very much pioneering that and setting the blueprint for that activity. We were the first to set a grassroots organization and to spearhead the movement to address women veterans sexual assault from their voice and from their perspective, creating platforms here in Philadelphia that has been the impetus for those platforms today. Through our advocacy, we were able to establish law that mandated uh, through Philadelphia and all VA hospitals across the country have women gender-specific facilities as well as military sexual assault counseling. We also address the Philadelphia City Council. One of the key issues that we're addressing is the omission of Philadelphia County and the Senate Resolution number 25. Our legislation and policy has been state level and federal, and we're glad that our roles have now overlapped, for we have an understanding that we need one voice and clearing some of the very confusing understandings across these platforms. And our advocacy has allowed us to unite with many groups across the country that our core values are to leave no one behind and to make sure all women veterans issues are addressed. We do address homelessness and mental health, and we've been involved in many of the initiatives that very much were at the beginning of bringing these issues to the forefront with legislation, and certainly with the Department of Labor when they launched their listening guide. The National Alliance of Women Veterans did facilitate in Philadelphia where that national that launching of that trauma guide is now of national resource throughout our government. The Women Veterans Entrepreneurship did become a national initiative through the National Alliance of Women Veterans because it's an alternative to having a traditional work environment. The Women Veterans Entrepreneurship presented a different kind of opportunity for women veterans to have their creativity and be adapted to an environment that was somewhat more, a little less challenging for them with some of the issues that they were restricted by the conditions for post-transitioning military service. We also understand that veterans impact community, and we have been very involved in this year's election and certainly the Census 2020, where we engaged in our communities, and certainly we've given out several thousand, many of them that were made by our executive director, Candace, and we do our annual events every year at Philadelphia City Council for educating and raising awareness of our initiatives, and certainly to create a platform for women veterans to see the presence that there are advocates working on their behalf throughout government. Our partnerships and collaborations do include those from all levels of government and community, private stakeholders as well. Women veterans organizations across the country now. We are one voice. We are now share in the Department of Veterans Affairs Women Veterans Breakfast that occurs every month. And the information is shared by women from all across this country who are working throughout their communities to do great work. And we share in those initiatives and share information and the resources to help pass that particular outreach out through our network. We're very proud to be recognized by the Department of Veterans Affairs, and certainly I am proud to represent Pennsylvania and Philadelphia as a trailblazer of 15 in the country. I try to be present and to be the voice that helps to bridge the gap for analyzing many of the very complex issues from research and certainly the more legislative agendas where the voice of the veteran must be at the table. And certainly I have been present to be included and to make sure that all populations are represented there and have equal voice and their representation. So veterans do impact community, and so veterans also impact our nation. So we do look to draw from the other communities of veterans just the resources that would be very helpful to say that there is no need that would be unmet. We do it all, and we are very proud to be on the cutting edge of making those things happen. The National Alliance of Women Veterans is the premier nonprofit for doing the hard work and breaking the barriers of racism and discrimination, and we do get the job done. We serve, we suffer, and we are equal. So today we want to thank you all for this opportunity to share a little bit about what we do. And the one thing that most of the world probably doesn't know is that we will not stop. And we are very aggressive in uniting women veterans from across the country to make sure that we are not leaving any women veteran without any need, or the children who are victim to those parents who commit suicide. And we want to make sure that all of these issues are addressed and eradicated. Thank you for your service to all of the veterans here who are joining in today. Thank you for all of your efforts. And thank you all for allowing me to be a part of this wonderful community here in Philadelphia. Please have a happy Veterans Day.